Let's hear it for Corey Bush. That last story, I don't know. Probably wouldn't have expected, well, you probably would have expected Corey to have a story like that. You could kind of tell by the everything about him that that's something he would do. Quickly, it reminded me of a story, because you can't hear a shit story without me thinking of my good buddy, Dave. We were coming back from Comic-Con. I know, who would think that I would be at Comic-Con? But we were back from Comic-Con, we stopped at the Arby's. He walked in, he walked in, ordered something, then beeline to the bathroom. He came back, sat down, his food was ready. Had this look like, he had that look on his face like after he got done eating the Big Montana, but he hadn't even started yet. So I knew there was some type of an accomplishment. What are you so happy about? Just left an upper decker in the bathroom. Anybody know what an upper decker is? Just by applause, who knows what the upper decker is? Shit, you guys are gross. All right. I'm not going to ask who all has executed the upper decker, but for those of you that don't know, for the uninitiated, that's where you remove the lid to the back of the tank and you go to the bathroom, make, if you will, into the upper deck. Put the lid back on, making it so that whoever's responsible for keeping that toilet clean will be befuddled as they repeatedly flush it and find an eternal flow of brown water. Dave did this at the Arby's in Somerset. Yeah. And I think Somerset's kind of the upper decker of Pennsylvania, as far as I'm concerned. So in a weird way, it worked its way around. But he sat down and we're all happy to lift an upper decker in the bathroom. Like, why did you do that? He goes, I didn't like her attitude. She seemed perfectly fine. Oh, did I say her attitude? I meant her hairstyle. That's messed up. Again, I don't really have an end to that. That's just some shit that happened to me once. That's gonna be the name of my first CD. I'm gonna call it Shit That Happened to Me Once. Are you guys ready for the headliner, for the main event of this evening? All right, thanks so much for hanging with us. We really, really appreciate it. But right now, I would like to introduce a very, very good friend of mine, somebody I'm very close with. Please welcome Mr. William C. It's like a P.F. What is it? William C. Pfaff!
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Scott. Have you guys noticed or not that incredible poster Tate made? But if you look at it with all those blocks or whatever, it's sort of like Hollywood Squares hosted by Chris Hansen. Like, Bob's the tight-assed twink, and Aaron's way too interested in him. But before we get into the real love and the relationships, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. As you can see, I like to eat. I'm a Southern boy. I lived behind, below the Mason-Dixon line my whole life. I know a lot of you folks know that means every recipe, stick of butter. You start with stick of butter. Coleslaw, stick of butter. Cold cereal, stick of butter. And if it actually calls for a stick of butter, 2 sticks of butter. So that's my life. I'm going to blame 90% of this on butter. To be fair, it's impulse control, but I'm going to go with butter. So now shockingly, I'm on cholesterol pills. That's kind of where this leads you. Let me be a cautionary tale. The cholesterol pills, I don't get the drugs. I don't get what doctors are telling you. He says, make sure you're taking your cholesterol pill with food. I'm like, that's kind of what got me into Sparky, I don't really need to be washing down the cholesterol pill with a Reuben. That's not a good look. I'm going to give away some fat people's secrets tonight. My fellow fatties will know, but I'm going to go ahead and give some away. Like, for example, you don't know this, but if you're fat and you have to reach for anything, some part of your body is going to get exposed. If you've got to reach up high, your belly's coming out. If you got to get down low, your ass crack's coming out. So like we're at the market, like who, like we're like little waddling tyrannosaurs. Like who is the son of a bitch sadist that put the Chips Ahoy on the top and you're trying to pull it down? I was at a wedding one time. They talked me into dancing to YMCA. It took me 7 minutes to get dressed afterwards. Absolutely. Oh, funny for them. Funny for them. But there are advantages. Like when I was a kid, like now, I'm a foodie. I'm respectable. I was just a fat bastard as a kid. Now I'm a foodie, and they have these places called Wegmans. Have you heard of a Wegmans? Yes, yes, Disneyland for us. If you've never been to a Wegmans, imagine the Astrodome with food. Like they have 3 aisles that are just organic paprika. It's heaven. But my fiance took me through there, and I'm like, at aisle 32, I'm like tearing into some Twinkies, like, son of a bitch. I'm glad they sell food here. And I was like, but yeah, like I said, Wegmans, good time, good time. I don't know, man, times are changing. Times are changing. Like I said, kids are so much more sophisticated now. I took my niece, a friend of mine needed me to take her niece with me and go to Martin's. She's like 11. We're driving down the road, we're behind one of those like Fred Sanford looking trucks. And a big black dildo flies off and smacks me right in the windshield. And I'm like, I hope she didn't see that. She said, Uncle Bill, what was that? I said, Bumblebee. She sat there and chewed her lip. She said, how's a fly with a cock that big? You're coming with me on that. I like that. Yeah, I don't get to take her out much anymore. So, like I said, we get to Martin's or whatever, and this is another place that pisses me off. Have you seen now you've got like, there's like 3 sets of checkouts. There's like the one where like the one person's bouncing all around, like making sure you're old enough to have cough drops or condoms or unrated versions of Porkies. They've got to keep hitting this fucking mindless button. And then you got like the regular aisles, which are always taken, and then you got that one aisle left that's like ideal for 16 items or fewer. Nobody else can count but me. I get in that line, and I'm behind Crazy Cat Lady, and I'm like, look, 37 cans of Fancy Feast don't count as one fucking item. You want to do something. You want to do something, but you can't do anything. You just stand there like a passive-aggressive Rain Man. You're just like, yeah, 37 items, yeah. 37 items. Yeah, and then like someone hits your heel with a car, it's like, boom, you know, it's like, ouch, ouch. Scuffed and hurt my cart in 1987. Scuffed and hurt my heel, 1987. This is not my underwear. But you want to do something. Like you want to sit there and you just want to watch the count. So like let's say it's 16 items or fewer. You're just watching this 14, ding, 15, ding, 16, ding. You want to take that 17th item like you're an Olympic shot putter and just chuck that son of a bitch into the produce. You'll be like, well, Grandpa isn't getting his Metamucil tonight, is he? Tough girl. That's what you want to do, but you can't. I've tried it. I was there in line and I'm giving this lady some shit, in front of me again, Crazy Cat Lady, she's got all the Fancy Feast, and I say something, and I swear to God, the girl at the counter looks at me and says, sir, you're out of order. I'm out of order. You're out of order. This whole market's out of order. And they don't care how on point your Pacino is. Martin's will escort you out. And they'll leave your 16 items or less right the fuck there on the floor. They don't care. They don't care. But, so we get around to the love and the relationships and stuff. It's, my first wife and I, like I've been divorced twice, shocker. My first wife and I, she was a good Catholic girl, virgin, she told me, whenever we met. And so, like, we were, I was trying to really be a gentleman and be proper about things. And so our honeymoon night was the first night that she saw anything. And I'm slightly older, been through some tough times, so my body's not exactly pristine. So we're getting ready for bed. I take off my pants. She sees my knees. They're all scuffed up, wrinkly. She says, "My God, what happened to your knees?" I had to think quick. I'm like, when I was a kid, I had a bad case of the measles. And she looked at me quizzically, and she's like, "Is this a thing?" She's thinking, I can see, but she bought it. She bought it. So then I take off my socks. Wrinkly old toes, yellowed nails. Like I said, not pretty. And she said, "What happened to your feet?" I said, "As a kid, I had a bad case of scoliosis." She bought it again. So then finally off come the shorts. She says, wait. As a kid, you had smallpox, right?" I'm glad you enjoyed that. But now, like I said, my first wife and I, eventually she sort of came out of her shell. And this was about the time everybody was making like the sex tapes and stuff. And we thought, hey, let's do this. It's time to be naughty. And for those who don't know, my first wife was built identically to me. Just imagine me in drag with a really bad attitude. And when we ran that tape back for the first and last time, like it looked like two pigs wrestling over a greased beach ball. And the title wrote itself. It was Missionary Impossible. Is what it was. But I'm at an awkward age. People talk about terrible twos or how tough it is to raise a tween or whatever. It's like I'm mid-40s. It's like I'm not old enough yet to give a shit about golf, and I don't need Viagra. So, and Viagra's another one of those ones. Like if you listen to that commercial, it's like Viagra may cause headache, blurred vision, lower back pain, anal leakage. And I'm like, whoa, back up. You couldn't work that one out, huh? There's 70 other things, but the anal leakage thing, the scientists were just stumped. They couldn't come up with anything on that. So. And then it always ends, the fun part of the commercial where it says, for an erection lasting longer than 4 hours, please call your doctor. Well, I can tell you, I'm definitely calling my doctor, but it's not the one you think, it's a plastic surgeon. Because for an erection lasting longer than 4 hours, that little brunette over there is going to have a smile plastered on her face forever. Like it's not coming off. Y'all have been terrific. I got one more bit for you, and this joke is not one that I wrote. Like I said, I heard this probably 30 years ago. Good old Southern boy told it. I'm guessing like a Jerry Clower or someone like that. Like I said, I've never been able to track it down, so after the show, if you know who did it, let me know. But I'll try to do it justice for you. So I'll take it back to a quainter time. Couple in love, Edgar and Edna. Edgar, just a slip of a man, maybe 5'5", 135 pounds. Barely enough ass to keep two back pockets apart. Now Edna, 5'11", 6'4", with a beehive hairdo. Broad shoulders, very severe woman. Wire rimmed glasses, takes shit serious. So they have a little victory garden, little family farm. Just something to keep Edgar busy and keep Edna in eggs and butter. So Edna decides one day she's going to have her sister come pick her up. They're going to go to the local church, a little potluck, a little quilting bee. So Edgar decides, ideal time to do the honey-do jar. You always got your projects, your dusty jar. He pulls it out and it says, re-enamel the toilet seat. Easy enough. She takes off, gone with the sister. He gets out his tools, goes to work re-enameling the toilet seat. Well, he realizes he doesn't have enough for a second coat. And Edgar never won to do anything halfway. He's like, well, ride into town, maybe see the boys at the barber shop, get a little bite to eat, get the rest of that enamel, come on back. He leaves. Unbeknownst to him, Edna, his loving honey bunny as he called her, or as she was known behind her back in the community, War Bunny, has gotten a bit grumbly and tumbly and a bit nauseous. So her sister brings her back home. Stay with me on this. Brings her back home. She comes in, has to use the facilities. Sits down on that freshly enameled toilet seat and becomes stuck fast. Now, Edgar, of course, is not expecting her back for hours. Stays in town, has a coffee, stops by the hardware store, gets the stuff, comes back, sees that the bathroom door is shut. War Bunny was known as a proper woman in his parts, so she had it closed against untimely intrusion. He pounds on the door. He says, "Honey, are you in there?" She said, "Yeah, you damn fool, I'm stuck." So he opens up the door, and there's his beloved bride, mad as a boiled owl. She's sitting there staring at him. He goes right to work. He says, "Let me get what I need." So he runs off to go get the things to extract War Bunny from her situation. A pry bar, a pint of wheel bearing grease, and some twine, because you never know. Comes back, starts to work on things, goes south quick and realizes he cannot get her off the toilet seat. The only answer is to dismantle the accommodations. So he undoes the toilet seat. Now mind you, she comes up just a bit wobbly-legged. She's been seated for the better part of 3.5 hours. We're gonna have to get her down to Doc Pritchard's. So he takes her out front, looks around, makes sure nobody's watching, realizes that in her jackknife position, she cannot sit in the cab of the truck. She's gonna have to ride in the back. So he hustles his beloved honey bunny into the back of the truck, covers her with a tarp, off to Doc Pritchard's. Boom, he comes in hot, pulls around behind. Doc Pritchard comes out. Edgar whips off the tarp. Doc Pritchard makes about 3 complete circles. Adjusts his glasses. Edgar said, "Did you ever see anything like that, Doc?" He said, "Yes, yes I have, but no one's ever bothered to put a frame around it." Thank you. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Connie, for coming out. Thank you, Tate, and Neil and me. You guys have been terrific. Tate will say a little good night to you folks. Thank you. Thank you again.
Hey, everybody. How about William C. Pfaff? How's that going, huh? Awesome. It was one hell of a night, a great show. I am really so happy that so many people came. We actually, we can say it now because Farm Marshal, well, screw that guy. We were about 30 people over all the seats. We were dragging them down. I know that was a little bit of a pain in the beginning, but seriously, thank you guys, everybody. You know, this June, we're going to be running the Night of the Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance 10-year anniversary show. I never thought a decade ago that we would be there, that me and my brother, Jake the Machine Davis, who's here right now, and he and I, along with Leslie Lowe, would step up and make something like that happen that would take 10 years, and this is as close to that as I think I'll be able to get, because it's amazing how many people showed up. Our first show, we were like, we're going to be glad if we can break even, and we sold the place out and had people lined up around the room, and it's the exact same way here, and it's thanks in no small part to so many awesome stand-ups. So please give them a big round of applause. William C. Pfaff, Josh Arnold, Mr. Z, Jennifer Cassidy, Don John, come on up. Dustin Ducky, Bob Holden, up way past his bedtime. Aaron Stevens,